Recently, when a massive iceberg weighing more than 1 trillion tons broke away from western Antarctica, scientists call the event a wake-up call to the importance of climate change and the rising sea levels. Tackling this issue right here in Boston is the Foundation for a Green Future Incorporated, dedicated to educating communities on how to build a more environmentally friendly world. Next weekend, they will host their 10th annual Boston Green Fest, taking place August 11th through the 13th at Boston City Hall Plaza, where guests can enjoy 3 live stages of dance and music, along with a showcase of innovation, vendors, art, and more. Here to share more about Boston Green Fest is Dr. Karen Weber. She's Executive Director of Boston Green Fest. Also with us, Ed Catucci, Executive Director of Renewable Now, a multimedia platform dedicated to educating and promoting a more sustainable future. Thank you both for coming in. Welcome to Urban Update. Karen, let me start with you. Tell me more about Boston Green Fest and how it came to be and what it's all about.
Boston Green Fest. Well, we're very excited. It's our 10th year. Who would have thought when we started out that we would go the long haul? But each year it seems even more important to keep going and educate people and help give hope about ways to solve the things that are in front of us, given climate change.
Again, you said this is the 10th year for the Boston Green Fest. Very exciting. What's new this year? What can guests expect to see and experience?
This year we have a series of forums at Faneuil Hall that we started out a little bit last year, but we've really gone full force this year. Transportation tomorrow. Today we have Nick Garzilli coming in from California to talk about the hyperchariot and evacuated tube transportation system. Peter Arpin will be coming from Renewable Now and bringing their they have a lot of things going on in Rhode Island and what they're working on. We have water and resiliency. We've got designing our future. Healthy, we've got Healthy Us, Healthy Earth, local food, many forums there.
All right. Well, Ed, talk to me about why it's so important in your view for communities to learn how to be more eco-friendly.
Well, I think it's about the future, and when we look at our future and we see so much disruption and disturbance happening around the world. You mentioned climate change, and you spoke about the iceberg breaking off. That's just one aspect. Earlier, you spoke about social unrest in South America, and when we talk about sustainability, there are 3 pillars to sustainability: environment, social, and economic. So for us, it's important to try to bring all of these together and let people understand it's just not one thing, but a combination of things. So when we see social unrest in one part of the world, that's one aspect of sustainability. When we see environment degradation like climate change, these things, when they combine and they head to a collision course, we're going to see major unrest globally. So for us, it's imperative that we get this message out and hopefully have people connect the dots.
I was going to just add to that. That is a segue to Boston Green Fest, which is a multicultural environmental music festival looking at not just environment as its own scientific aspects, but to bring people together from all backgrounds to work together, and through our diversity and from all our countries, we're creating an international youth summit just for that fact.
Now, we mentioned a couple of times that trillion-ton iceberg that broke off from Antarctica. Why is that such a significant event?
You know, I think, if you listen to the scientists, a lot of them say that this may not necessarily play a major role in the rise in seasons. Some of them say that it may not even be connected to climate change. But the reality is it's kind of like a wake-up call, and it brings attention to the conversation that has to happen. Because a lot of people are in denial. We can't. This is the first time ever that the Vatican has turned off their water in St. Peter's Square in Rome. So think about some of the things that are happening every day around us. And if we see this iceberg that broke off, I think it's almost a good, if you will, promotional tool to get people to at least focus on what's happening, discuss it, and hopefully, take action. And Boston Green Fest for us is just a great point of light where people can come together from all over the world and express and work together in a unified fashion to hopefully continue to get this message out.
For those who can't make the event, is there a way for them to learn more about all of this?
You just segued back to Renewable Now. They're going to be filming many parts of our event, and it will be available on Renewable Now.
We were fortunate a couple of years ago to do a behind-the-scenes documentary, and we were, again, very impressed. We've gone all over the world and have covered events as far as China, and I've got to say, Boston is extremely fortunate to have Karen Weber as an ambassador for sustainability and green here, and this year we're very excited to come back to Boston.
And Karen, Dr. Weber, just a couple of words as we start to wrap up here about the outlook for, we've heard so many things. They've done studies on the Boston coastline, the Massachusetts coastline, Boston Harbor. Obviously, we're a coastal city. Just a couple of your thoughts on concerns that you'd like to share with the public about
I think we need to wake up. I think this is something that we can't deny any longer, and I think that the scenarios that we're looking at are inadequate. I think they're being very optimistic about the time frames. I think we could find ourselves under a time frame that's a very quick rise, where things are going to put us into a lot of upheaval. And so the faster that we start preparing, that we look at our architecture, we look at our roads, we look at our infrastructure, we look at our transportation, and that we do that in a concerted way with the whole community, the better.
Okay. And where can people find out more on this year's Boston Green Fest?
www.bostongreenfest.org.
Okay, and it's a free event, right?
It is completely free, and come out and enjoy all aspects of it.
Okay, so prepared to have fun and be educated.
That's correct.
Okay, Dr. Karen Weber and Ed Catucci, thank you both for coming in. Okay, so it's going to be a great event. Okay, coming up next, the Worcester Latin American Festival is coming soon. We'll have all the fun details right here on Urban Update. Stay with us. We'll be right back.